Hi guys, and welcome back to my video. As you can see from the title of the video, it's my baby must have weaning edition. So if you still didn't subscribe, please do hit the notification bell down below if you're into cleaning, decluttering, organizing, hauls, baby videos. This is the right channel for you. And without further ado, let's get into the videos. So as I promised in my last video, which was the weaning tips process, I promised you I was going to tell you my must-have baby items for weaning. So let's start. I'm going to get my phone because I'm going to make Amazon rich for all the things I bought there. Let's see my list. So my first thing, baby must have, it's my baby food prep. This baby food prep, I bought it in Lidl on Baby's week. I paid it €89. Baby food prep, what basically does, it will blend and steam baby food for you all in one, and you can make baby food pots. There's so many, I'm going to show you baby food preps on Amazon, but some of them are so expensive. I didn't really want to invest in a baby food prep that was like €300 because he's going to eat regular food in a few months. So I got this, which was €89. There's some cheap ones on Amazon like €60, €70. So very good. My one is from Tommy Tippy, and I remember like I always like to look at like the little Aldi weeks, and this one came from Tommy Tippy. So I was like, oh, I think I was still pregnant maybe at the time. I was like, oh, that would be very good for what I'm going to wean. So on Amazon it's like at £105. That would be like €115. I paid mine €89. So keep your eyes open for little Aldi baby weeks. They do all these things like cups, bibs, baby food preps, like so good. So I love that. Again, if you don't want to spend your money on that, you can just buy those little steamers to put in your pots. If you have a hand blender, that's going to be okay. I just bought that just because it's easy to make baby food with these machines all in one, like no headache. That's it. Best money I've spent, but I would never spend €200-300 for the expensive ones. Nah. So sorry, I'm looking at my Amazon account. So another thing I bought, pots, little pots for the freezer. As I said in my last video, I make batch food once a week for the baby and I freeze it. So many pots. I bought these Vital Baby Store. I'm gonna insert pictures of everything. Okay, I'm gonna insert pictures. So a lot of baby pots, like £4. If you write on Amazon weaning food baby pots, so many will come up. Like they're all around like €5-6, like a set of a lot of pots. These pots you will put the baby food in, and then you can put them in the freezer. I bought a lot of ice cube trays for the veg broth, for the baby food. I bought the silicone ones that you can just like reuse. What I do is when I make baby food and I put it in the silicone ice trays, I let them freeze. Once they're frozen, I will remove them from the ice tray and put them in freezer bags. Wash the ice tray and then I can just remove them. Again, if you write ice cube tray silicone on Amazon, it will come up. And I bought so many of them. I think I got like 3 packets of baby pots, 2 packets of ice cube trays, because I make a lot of baby food, a lot of veg broth every week, so I need space in the freezer. Then I bought a 6-pack silicone baby spoon and forks. When I started weaning my baby, obviously I used the spoons, but they were too long for him, and because I wanted for him to self-feed himself and learn to eat himself, I bought these little baby spoons and forks, which are so small so he can grab them with his hand and he can feed himself, and I love them. I see them everywhere. I didn't have to buy a bib and a plate because it was actually gifted to me by my best friend. She got me this lovely weaning set, but obviously a bib, silicone bib that you can just wash, and a nice plate. I have so many plates. I got all these cups from Munchkin. I don't know if I pronounce it right. I got the spoons from this brand. And also I've got the cup, because when I started giving him water, I give it from like a little baby bottle, and then because I wanted him to drink by himself, I got this self-feeder cup that it doesn't spill if you turn it, and the baby will grab it by the handles, put it by his mouth, and when he, like, the water will, like, it's like a suction thing, so the water will come out and he learns to drink by himself. All from the same brand, spoons, plates, and the cup. So obviously another thing I got, I don't really use these loads because he's still quite good at eating himself, but they're still good. The baby weaning bibs with sleeves, which are basically this one, a packet of 3, £5. They're basically like a t-shirt, so you let him wear. All the food will go on this bib and then you just remove it and wash it. A lot of people buy the mat to put under the high chair, so they can just wipe it if the food drops on the ground, but he's quite good. He never dropped food on the ground, but if your baby is very messy, I would suggest one of them. Another thing I got, baby thermos hot food flask. There's loads of brands, baby brands. This is not baby brand, £21, but there's some baby brands. Why I got food flask? I go to work, so when I bring my baby to my mom, I bring her the dinner. If we go out when we're off, that will keep it hot and compact. It comes with a spoon and it's so good. Anything, like if you need to get a plane, holidays, if you go out for dinner and you want to bring your baby food, if you're going to work and you need to bring your baby food to your parents, you need to buy a thermos. Even though my baby eats cold, it will keep the food all together, and if your baby likes to eat, thermos will keep the food hot like up to 7-8 hours, so highly suggest in a thermos. More ice cube packs. Jesus, I bought so many of these ice cube packs because I make 2-3 liters a day of veg stock. So more food storage containers. This one here, my camera is too light today. I'm gonna insert the picture. Again, these are all cheap. They're all like €6-7 each. You will get like 7 in a packet. You don't really need to buy them on Amazon. You can go to Dunnes, Tesco, and just, you know, in the container section, little containers that you can close and put in your freezer. So before I got the Selffeeding thing cup for water, I got the Mam Trainer cup, the one that has 2 handles, and I start with water with that, which is basically like a baby bottle with like a little tea and the 2 little handles. And then I saw in Dunnes the Selffeeding cup, where you can just drink like a cup like adults. So I then started with that one, which I absolutely love. I bring it everywhere. But this one from Mam, I use it for milk at night time. So I will put milk and then you can just drink milk by himself. The little handles are very good for self-feeding, because obviously the bottle by itself is too heavy. It will probably slip. If you buy the 2 handles, you can like do this self-feed himself. So this one is so good, so I use it for milk, whereas the Munchkin, again, don't know the name, I use it for water, because when you start weaning your baby, water is essential. One of the first thing I got is this baby fruit feeder. So you can put fresh fruit pouches. I put baby yogurt, so it comes as a packet of 3, they're £5. What I do is I open a fruit pouch, I put some of the fruit in the self feeder, I put it in the freezer and then give it to him. 2 main points. The first one, because I put it in the freezer and it's cold, he loves it because his gums, teeth coming out, it's so refreshing. Second thing, I absolutely love it. This is the main point, because I hand it over to him and he self-feeds himself. So he learns to eat something by himself because I hand him over the feeder, he would put it in his hand and eat it. So this is so good for self-feeding. This, the baby spoons, the self-feeding cup to drink water are all things to teach them to, you need to drink by yourself, you need to eat by yourself. Obviously, the main thing is a high chair. Some people like to spend €300-400 on a high chair. I got this one from Mamas and Papas on Amazon. I paid it €80. It's actually on a sale at €56. Very good. It's so good. I bought like a cheap one. I regret it a little bit. Like I'll probably buy like a nicer one maybe next time for my parents, because he's there more time than he's here. So but I bought him like a cheaper one for my parents, but it's still good. Like it's so good. I got this Mamas and Papas one. It's so nice. It has like a tray, a removable part that you can wash, a nice like seat, kind of like made of cushion so you can sit comfy, all of plastic where you can wipe, because obviously food will drop there, a belt, and then it will have like a little basket underneath where I put like baby wipes if I have to clean his mouth, the bib. So this is from Mamas and Papas. Anything Mamas and Papas, so good. The quality is like, love this high chair. You need a high chair. There's ones that you can attach to your table. I don't really like them because it will ruin the table, but obviously I got two, one for my house, one for my parents' house. And high chair, like babies need to sit down when they have food. They need to learn that they're sitting down. That's lunch, dinner time. So this high chair, I knew it was good because my sister had it as well. But if your budget is not that high, I know Lidl does some good ones. I saw one in Lidl last week from xoxo, which is a famous baby brand. It looks so good. Like Tesco has some cheaper ones, like €20 if you're on a strict budget. The important thing, even though it might look a bit more cheap, maybe it doesn't really have like a basket or like a removable tray, all this kind of stuff, it's still a high chair, but you do need a high chair. So this one here from Mamas and Papas on Amazon, it's actually bestseller in high chairs on Amazon, so it's so good. So I did say the Munchkin bowls, these suction bowls, which are this one. This is where he eats his food. I bought a lot of plates and forks and spoons from IKEA as well, so all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. Another thing, this is like one of the first things I bought, is this Weaning book from Annabelle Caramel. It's currently £12 on Amazon. Has a lot of recipes, which I still didn't do because I cook more Italian at home. But why I bought this book, because it's so interesting to, like, it tells you like about allergies, how baby eat, what you should do, how you should introduce things. There's like a lot of history about weaning, which was so interesting to read. But if you write weaning books on Amazon, there's so many. If you're not very good at cooking and you don't have a lot of ideas, you buy this book and she will tell you recipes for babies of 6 months, babies of 8-9 months, so bigger recipes for different ages. So if you don't have a lot of ideas and you're kind of like, I don't know what to cook, the book, she will tell you all the recipes, how to make them. They're so easy. She will tell you how to introduce things, what you need for weaning, how you prepare things. I love that. Again, I didn't really cook any recipes from this book, but I'm going to tell you what's the, if I can see, so the introduction. So it's all like what's weaning about, nutrients, allergy concerns, is your baby ready for weaning, talks about baby-led weaning, for who does baby-led weanings, baby first meals, so how you introduce veg, fruit, different recipes. I knew this book was very famous because I've seen it on Instagram and I bought it myself. So what else do I use for weaning? I'm trying to think. So we did say self-feeding cups, spoons. We talked about the bibs. We talked about the long sleeve bibs. We talked about the high chair, the thermos, a lot of ice tray cubes, a lot of little pots for baby food. That must be it. So obviously, to start, you will need the bib, high chair, the plates. If you want to make your life easier, the baby food prep, love that. And a lot of pots, because if you're gonna make food every day, like, you'll always be in the kitchen. So if you batch, I bought a little freezer to put in my laundry room, like an under counter freezer, because we don't really use freezers a lot. I prefer to use fresh food, but I bought the freezer because I knew I was going to batch feed, like batch make food. So I make food once a week, put everything in the freezer, that's it for a week. I just need to take it out the night before, put it in the refrigerator to defrost. Next day I just cooked the pasta and I have my meat defrosted that I did batch cook, and it's ready. And again, if you're a firm believer in self-feeding, the fruit feeders, baby spoon, the cup that he drinks by himself, so if you like to introduce that. Also on Amazon, they sell a lot of like sets, like the weaning sets for like £25, where you get like a cup, you get like forks, you get a bib, you get a mat, you get a plate. Again, if you don't want to invest in the baby food prep, at least the steamer thing to put in your pot, or like a blender, like those hand blenders. Some books, if you don't know how to start or where to start, it'd be interesting to read. Another thing I've done, I have a folder on Instagram, on TikTok. Every time I see some weaning recipes, like cute ideas for breakfast, lunch, I just save them in those folder. Love that. Again, a cup, a lot of wipes, because if you're self-feeding like me, your baby face will be like food everywhere. You find food even in their nappy. I don't know how it goes in there. So a lot of wipes. I always have a packet of wipes under my high chair, because all the stuff that he used for weaning, I think. If you're like, you know, I have a little pot that I always use for him, but you know, if you want to buy a little pot just for your baby food, but I use my pots, I wash everything together in the dishwasher. I only sterilize the baby milk bottles because baby milks will get a bit harder, but I don't sterilize the plates and forks anymore because he's 9 months, so I only sterilize his teats for milk and stuff like that. The rest I just wash in the dishwasher. Some people might sterilize it, but there's no point. Like, he touches everything, he puts everything in his mouth now, so there's no point in sterilizing the forks. Obviously washing them, proper wash. I sterilize sometimes his toys because, you know, if we bring them outside, like his chewing, teething toys, you know, like yesterday we went to Dublin, you know, shopping centre, so I came home and I sterilized his little teething toys. But forks, cups, I just wash them. The MAM bottles, you can sterilize them in the microwave, so for me, perfect. And I think that is everything. I bought 2 large trays that I put in my cabinet where I put all his fruit pouches. I'm gonna insert a video, but again, how I weaned, I explained it in the previous video. That's it. These are my, let me know if you have some other weaning items that are essential. And guys, everything is going to be linked down below, so don't worry. And thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.